I've been watching over you. Every decision, every prayer, every tear you've cried late at night. I've seen it. And now I must speak, because this has gone on too long. You've been trusting someone who does not carry your heart with care, someone who smiles with their mouth but wounds you in silence, someone whose name begins with M, and you felt the unease in your spirit, but you ignored it. You silenced your instincts. You gave them the benefit of the doubt. Again and again, you've called it loyalty. You've called it love. You've called it just being patient with people. But I call it spiritual danger. This isn't just about a person. It's about a pattern the enemy has used to block your breakthrough, through someone you keep pulling closer. I'm not saying this to shame you. I'm saying this to protect you, because there's still time to step back, still time to break the tie, still time to walk in the freedom I've already prepared. But you must listen now. You've trusted the wrong voice for far too long, and now that voice has tangled itself into your mind, into your plans, into your emotions, and you're asking me, Lord, why do I feel so lost even when I'm trying to do right? Because the wrong person can drown out the right voice, even mine. You've been carrying their burdens. You've been fixing what they constantly break. You've been sacrificing your peace to preserve a connection I never called holy. You thought you were helping, but now you're hurting. And that heaviness, that inner frustration that never seems to lift, that's not from me. It's from spiritual misalignment, from staying connected to someone I never assigned to your future. Yes, I know they said all the right things. Yes, I know they called you family. Yes, I know their pain made you want to rescue them. But child, I never asked you to be their savior. I already took that role. Now I need you to let me be yours. You've given so much of yourself that you've forgotten what it's like to breathe without anxiety, to sleep without waiting for another phone call, to rest without wondering if they're telling the truth. And this is the part where I gently say, enough. Enough second chances for someone who won't even give you honesty. Enough walking on eggshells. Enough feeling guilty for wanting peace. You are not wrong for wanting to be loved well. You are not selfish for needing consistency. You are not hard to love. They just aren't equipped to love you purely. That's not your failure. That's their choice. And I am not calling you to judge them, but I am calling you to discern. You cannot move forward holding hands with what's pulling you backward. You've been stuck between hope and heartbreak, between faith and confusion. But now, the line has been drawn. This is where I draw near to you, child, where I take you by the hand and pull you into truth. You've trusted the wrong person long enough. Now I need you to trust me. And if you're ready to begin that shift, if you feel your heart stirring already, then declare it. Type Truth 1111 and let the healing begin. Because once you choose truth, heaven starts moving on your behalf. I will not let you remain in deception. I will not allow this cycle to continue. I will shine a light so clear, even your doubt will vanish. Watch what happens now. You're going to start noticing patterns. You'll hear them speak, and something will click. You'll feel me tug on your spirit at the exact moment they start twisting words. You'll see the manipulation that once felt like love. You'll feel the peace that enters when you finally say, I need distance. And yes, I know that scares you. You're wondering, but what if I lose them? Let me lovingly ask you, what have you already lost? Your joy, your confidence, your peace of mind? Child, anything that costs you peace is too expensive. Anything that silences my voice in your life must be reevaluated. You're not being unloving, you're being awakened. And I am the one shaking you, not to punish you, but to set you free. You've been wondering why your prayers feel delayed, why blessings feel stuck. And I say this with love. I can't pour new wine into old wineskins. I can't bless a path that you're sharing with someone who keeps cursing it. You were never meant to walk this close to danger. You were never meant to explain yourself this much. You were never created to carry someone else's rebellion. You were created to walk in freedom. And that's what I'm offering now. But you must let go. You must trust me more than you trust their apology. You must trust my voice more than you trust their promises. Because I see what you can't. I know what they say when you're not around. I know the spirit behind the smile. I know the damage they've caused that you haven't even uncovered yet. But you will. I will show you. Not to break your heart, but to heal it completely. I will give you dreams that reveal their intention. I will send you signs that are too specific to ignore. You'll start seeing a number, a time, a name, again and again. That will be me confirming this word. And when it happens, remember, I loved you enough to warn you before the storm broke loose. I loved you enough to speak when no one else had the courage to. Because you matter to me. Because you are not just a vessel. You are my beloved. And I will always fight for you. Even if it means asking you to walk away. There's more I must show you. More healing I must bring. More truth I must speak. Let me keep guiding you. And if this word touched your spirit, and you want to keep hearing me speak like this, then subscribe. Let my voice be the one that leads you out of this place. You're not crazy. You're not too emotional. You're not too weak. You're just finally waking up. And that, my child, is the beginning of your freedom. You were never meant to carry this confusion. You were never meant to wake up with anxiety, walk through your day with doubt, and fall asleep in emotional exhaustion, wondering, why does it still feel like I'm not enough? You've done everything to be loyal, to forgive, to understand, to hold on. But still, they take advantage of your love. Still, they twist your kindness into weakness. Still, they use guilt to keep you close, even when they push you away. And I see it all. You've tried to make it work. You've convinced yourself, if I just wait, if I love them harder, maybe they'll change. But child, this is not love. This is a cycle, a spiritual entanglement. And it's draining the very light I placed inside of you. You keep asking, but how do I walk away from someone who's been in my life so long? I understand. They feel like home. But they're the very reason you haven't healed. They feel familiar. But their pattern has become your prison. This isn't about one mistake. This is about a spirit that keeps hiding behind their face. And yes, their name begins with M. But this goes deeper than letters. This is about a presence in your life that was never sent by me. I never assigned them to your destiny. I never planted them in your garden. They climbed over the wall, not through the gate. And now they're choking the life from your joy, pulling your roots out of purpose, covering your clarity with manipulation. This is why your spirit has been restless. This is why peace feels so far away. Because when I call someone to rise, the enemy sends someone to hold them down. But this is the season where the tie breaks. You've given enough. You've bent far enough. You've endured longer than you were ever meant to. And now I say, it's time. Time to come out from under their shadow. Time to take your voice back. Time to walk in truth, even if it costs you their approval, because you've already paid too much for their comfort. And I know you're afraid. You wonder, what if they're the only one who ever stays? What if I leave and no one else shows up? But listen to me now. You are not alone. You are not abandoned. You are not too broken to be loved right. You just got used to accepting less than what I called holy. And that's what I'm healing now. I'm not just pulling you away from them. I'm pulling you back to you. The version of you that smiled without pretending. The version that didn't second guess every step. The version that believed in the beauty of their own soul. I'm resurrecting that person. Because you were never too much. You just trusted someone who gave too little. Let that sink in. They couldn't see the treasure in you because they weren't equipped to handle divine things. You tried to pour oil into a cracked jar. You kept giving love to a heart that wasn't open. You kept explaining your worth to someone who already made up their mind to dismiss it. And still, you loved. I honor that. But now I must redirect that love back to me, back to your healing, back to your calling. Because this pain was never supposed to be your home. You're not meant to live under emotional blackmail. You're not meant to feel like love equals suffering. You're not meant to beg for what should be freely given. It's time. And if your heart agrees with what I'm revealing, then type this now. Enough 2525. Let heaven see you saying yes. Let this be the moment you finally say, I'm ready to heal. Because healing begins with truth. And here is truth. They never had the power to break you. They only interrupted your rhythm. But I'm restoring the song. Your melody is coming back. Your joy will rise again. Your strength is not lost, just buried beneath layers of someone else's damage, and I will help you peel them away. One day soon, you'll remember this moment, and you'll say, that's the day I stopped letting someone else write my story. I'm handing you the pen again. Write with faith. Choose peace. Build from the rubble. Because what I'm building next in your life will make everything you lost feel small in comparison. You will have new relationships. Safe ones, steady ones, sanctified ones, ones that don't leave you guessing, ones that don't play games with your soul, ones that reflect me. And yes, I will replace what you've lost. I will send what you never thought you'd find again. But first, let me clean the space. This person with the name that starts with they were a lesson, but they are not your future. You don't need to hate them, but you do need to release them. Because as long as you cling to them, you'll keep missing what I've been trying to send. Let me send it now. Let me surprise you with goodness again. Let me carry the burden you were never meant to carry alone. You've trusted the wrong voice long enough. Now trust mine, and I will lead you into peace, into freedom, into a love that doesn't wound. Stay close. I'm not done. There's more I must show you. You've been praying for alignment, for doors to open, for your purpose to unfold, for peace to finally stay longer than a few hours. And I want you to know, I heard every prayer. But child, I couldn't bring the new while you were still clinging to the old. I couldn't place you in your promised season. While you were still tethered to a person, I never gave permission to enter your future. You've been trying to move forward, but dragging an anchor behind you. And that anchor? It has a name. It has a history. It has a spirit that kept you bound to cycles you were meant to break. This person with the name that starts with them, they were charming. They were persuasive. They knew exactly how to say just enough to keep you close, but never free. And that's how the enemy works. He doesn't always come with horns. Sometimes he comes through someone who claims to love you, but never helps you grow. Someone who knows your heart, but uses it to gain access, not offer protection. That's what I'm removing now. You've grown tired of second guessing, tired of explaining yourself to someone who doesn't listen, tired of carrying emotional weight that was never yours. But I allowed this season not to break you, but to awaken you, because you've had enough surface level peace, enough fake apologies, enough temporary feel-good moments followed by silence, guilt, or shame. I want to give you real peace, the kind that doesn't fluctuate, the kind that doesn't require overthinking or over-explaining. But to receive it, you must release what blocks it. You must stop giving them the power to define your worth. Stop giving them access to places in your soul they don't know how to honor. Because here's what you haven't seen clearly until now. This connection wasn't just unhealthy, it was spiritual sabotage, a delay wrapped in emotion, a distraction that disguised itself as destiny, and the enemy used it skillfully to drain your energy, to block your focus, to keep you too tired to pray, too confused to move, too loyal to walk away. But now, I'm breaking this spell. Yes, child, that's what it was. Not a fairy tale, a spiritual snare. And I am cutting the cord. You may feel it. Suddenly, their words won't affect you the same. Suddenly, their absence won't sting as deeply. Suddenly, you'll feel a quiet strength rising from places in you that were buried. That's me working. That's my spirit restoring your clarity. You will hear me louder now. You'll see red flags instantly instead of months later. You'll feel your own peace before you check for theirs. Because I'm not just saving you from them, I'm saving you for you. You've lost time, but you haven't lost your future. I'm restoring the years. I'm resetting the clock. And if you feel this word digging into something deep within you, then speak it in faith now. Reset 8844. Let this number be your moment of surrender, your sign to the heavens that you are ready for divine correction and protection. Because I'm not letting you go another year. Giving your love to someone who gives you confusion in return. You were made for more. And I'm going to prove it to you. You'll begin noticing how your spirit relaxes when you're alone. How your thoughts become clearer without their voice in the background. How laughter starts coming back without forcing it. And that's me. That's the healing you've been waiting for. You'll stop missing what was and start craving what will be. You'll stop replaying old memories and start dreaming again. You'll stop explaining your pain and start expressing your purpose, because I'm rebuilding you, stronger, wiser, safer. You may feel raw right now, tender, exposed. That's okay. That's what healing feels like at first. But I promise, joy is coming. Real joy. Joy that doesn't make you wonder if it's too good to be true. Joy that doesn't depend on someone else's mood, attention, or approval. I want you to live free. And I will walk with you until you do. Don't rush to replace the space this person filled. Let me fill it first. Let me show you how full your life can feel without needing them in it. Let me be the voice that comforts you at night, the hand that holds you in silence, the peace that no human can offer, because when I fill your soul, you won't settle for anything less than divine love again. And this is the beginning of that transformation. You'll look back soon and say, that was the moment everything started shifting. When I stopped surviving and started healing. You're not behind. You're not broken. You're not too late. You're exactly where I can reach you. Let me keep speaking. There is more to reveal, more to restore. And child, you haven't seen the best of what I have for you yet. You've spent so long trying to prove your worth to someone who never saw it. You gave them time. You gave them tears. You gave them chances they never even thanked you for. And still, they kept wounding you. Still, they kept twisting truth. Still, they kept you guessing about your place in their heart. But I never did. I've always known exactly who you are. I've always seen the treasure in you. And I've never once been confused about your value. You are not too much. You are not hard to love. You are not crazy for wanting something real. You were just giving your heart to someone who didn't have the capacity to carry it. They said all the right things, but their actions left you empty. They promised change, but you ended up doing all the changing. You thought if you could just love them better, they would finally stay. They would finally choose you the way you chose them. But child, that wasn't love. That was survival. You've been surviving a connection that drained you more than it built you. And I want you to stop surviving. I want you to live. Really live. Live without fear. Live without overthinking. Live without feeling like you have to earn basic respect. This person, the one whose name begins with M, they were never supposed to have so much influence over your identity. But I saw how it happened. I saw how the words they spoke made you question yourself, how their silence made you feel small, how their attention felt like a reward you had to chase. And now you've started believing the lie that love is hard, that real connection must come with pain, that maybe something's wrong with you. But hear me now, there is nothing wrong with you. You are not the problem. You are not the failure. You are not the reason they didn't change. They didn't change because they didn't want to. But you did. You grew. You stretched. You sacrificed. And now, I'm calling you back to your own heart, because the one you kept trusting was never built to hold your destiny. And I don't want you to just heal from them. I want you to be renewed because of them. Renewed in truth. Renewed in confidence. Renewed in how you see yourself. You are more than who they said you were. You are more than the guilt they placed on your shoulders. You are more than the version of you that was always apologizing just to keep the peace. Child, you don't have to shrink anymore. You don't have to dim your light. You don't have to lower your expectations. I'm about to send people into your life who will see you clearly. People who will speak life, not confusion. People who will cover your heart with care, not control. But you must make space for them. And that begins now. It begins with this moment, this yes, this surrender. You're not going back. You're not going to reach out again. You're not going to explain yourself one more time. You're choosing freedom. And if your spirit agrees, speak this boldly in faith. Freedom 717. Let this be your seal, your holy yes to peace, to truth, to healing. I'm watching your heart respond. Even now I feel your soul waking up. You're remembering who you are. You're sensing that something sacred is rising again. And it is. This is what resurrection feels like. What was numb is coming alive. What was quiet is beginning to sing. What was hidden is being uncovered by glory. You don't need them to validate your growth. You don't need closure from someone who never valued the connection. I will give you divine closure, and I will follow it with divine confirmation. Expect this soon. A name, a message, a shift. You'll know it's me when you feel clarity instead of confusion. peace instead of pressure. That will be your sign. And when it happens, don't doubt it. You've asked for so long, Lord, what do I do? And I've answered with this. You walk forward, you hold your head high, you stop giving time to someone who was never willing to give you truth. I've already prepared what's next. And what's next is holy. Conversations that feel safe. Relationships that are mutual. Peace that runs deep. You'll laugh again, not because you're pretending, but because your spirit is truly free. You'll trust again, not because you're naive, but because I'll surround you with people who don't make you question their love. You'll dream again, not because you're desperate, but because your heart will no longer carry the weight of their words. You were never meant to carry this forever. That's why I'm lifting it now. That's why I'm speaking so clearly. That's why I've brought you to this moment. Because I'm not just asking you to let them go. I'm asking you to return to me. To let me restore what they shattered. To let me redefine what love truly is. Love that doesn't punish. Love that doesn't manipulate. Love that doesn't make you feel like you have to earn it. My love is healing you now. My voice is leading you out. And my spirit will walk with you into the new. Stay close, child. This journey isn't over. But the pain, the confusion, the spiritual grip they had on you, it ends now. There's something you don't realize yet. You thought this person, the one with the name that starts with M, was keeping you company. But what they were really doing was keeping you from your calling. They weren't your protection. They were your distraction. And that's what the enemy wanted. To keep your spirit entangled. To keep your soul tired. To keep your life delayed. Just long enough to make you question your purpose. But I didn't let that happen. You don't even know how many traps I've dismantled behind the scenes. How many arrows I caught before they touched you. How many demonic whispers I silenced before they became your thoughts. Because even when you were close to them, I never left you. Even when you trusted the wrong one, I still guarded the door to your future. And now, I'm opening it, but not with them beside you. Because if I allowed them to walk with you into your next season, they would taint the blessing. They would twist what I meant to heal. They would take what they didn't help build. You prayed for favor. You asked for promotion. You begged for divine breakthrough. And now I'm answering, but I had to sever what was silently stopping you. That name you keep going back to in your mind. I'm not trying to punish them. I'm trying to preserve you. You've been asking, Lord, why is it taking so long? But it wasn't delay. It was protection. I was holding the promise in one hand and waiting for you to let go with the other, because I cannot give you a new beginning if your heart is still loyal to the ending I never wrote for you. They were a chapter, not your whole book. And now, the page must turn. You're going to see me confirm this in real time. Someone you didn't expect will tell you something you needed to hear. A door will open that had no logical reason to swing in your favor. A name, the same name, will show up again. That will be your signal. This is not your imagination. This is divine interruption, because I'm not asking anymore. I'm moving people. I'm moving barriers. I'm moving you into alignment. And if your spirit is finally ready for this reset, then type this with faith. Breakthrough 3003. Let this be the moment your soul declares it. You're not going back. I know it's been hard. You cared for them. You dreamed with them. You defended them. even when they didn't defend you. And for that, I honor your heart. But the cost has become too high. You've lost sleep. You've lost clarity. You've even lost pieces of yourself. And now I'm restoring every part of you, one by one. I'm returning your confidence. I'm reviving your creativity. I'm resetting your joy. You will look in the mirror and smile again, not from pretending, but because the storm inside is finally quiet. And no, not everyone will understand why you pulled away. Not everyone will agree with your healing. That's okay. I'm not calling you to please them. I'm calling you to protect what I've placed inside of you. Your purpose is too precious. Your peace is too valuable. Your destiny is too close. You can't afford to go numb again. You can't afford another year tied to spiritual confusion. You can't afford to keep loving someone who sees your heart as optional. That's not what I have for you. What I have for you is pure. It's not complicated. It's not manipulative. It's not silent treatment and apology cycles. It's peace. It's presence. It's partnership that lifts, not drains. And it's coming. But you won't recognize it if you keep reaching for what already proved it can't grow with you. You asked me to guide your life. This is part of my guidance. Not all guidance feels soft. Sometimes it comes as separation. And though you may not understand it fully now, you will soon say, "Thank you, Jesus, for removing what I didn't have the strength to let go of." Because once your eyes are open, you won't desire what used to distract you. And I will walk with you into the next place, the place where love feels safe, where conversations feel honest, where you don't have to keep your guard up every moment. That's what's coming. That's what I've been preparing. Let go of the lesser, so I can release the greater. You've mourned long enough. Now it's time to move, time to heal, time to receive. And I promise you, what's ahead will not just comfort you, it will surprise you. Keep your heart open, because the next thing I bring won't come in disguise. It will come in truth, and you'll feel it, you'll know it, because this time, it will be me. I know you feel the shift inside you. It's subtle, but real. You're not begging for clarity anymore. You're not bending just to keep someone close. You're not willing to stay bound to a name. That keeps bringing confusion. And that, my child, that is growth. Heaven sees it. I see it. And soon you'll see the fruit of it. Because when you finally let go of the wrong person, you don't just get peace, you get perspective. You start to realize how much of yourself was spent trying to fix what wasn't yours to fix. You start to see the difference between love and attachment, between loyalty and spiritual bondage. And yes, it was bondage. Emotional chains disguised as connection. Spiritual control disguised as love. They didn't just pull on your heart. They tugged on your future, your choices, your vision. That's why it felt so hard to breathe. But now, your soul is rising again. You're remembering who you are without their opinion. You're standing taller even when the memories come. You're smiling again without needing their validation. You're no longer stuck. You're shedding their energy. You're reclaiming your voice. And every time you resist the urge to reach out, you're walking into freedom. Let me say this clearly. You don't owe them closure. You don't owe them another chance. You don't owe them the version of you that bled just to be loved. You owe yourself peace. You owe me your yes. And you've already given more than enough. So now, I give to you. I give you permission to heal without guilt. Permission to walk away without shame. Permission to bloom without explaining. Because what's ahead requires the healed version of you, the whole version, the one who doesn't look back to find approval from someone who only gave pieces of their love. They knew how to use your compassion, but they didn't know how to protect your heart. And that's not on you. You didn't fail by trusting. You didn't lose by loving. You learned, you grew, you awakened, and now you're rising. If your soul agrees, declare this now. Rising 5050. Speak it so the heavens can see your decision. Speak it so your spirit remembers. This is the moment you moved forward, and I will honor that word. You'll feel me closer than before. You'll begin noticing peace in strange places. You'll start seeing small blessings appear out of nowhere. And each one will whisper, "Yes, you're on the right path." Because when you leave what I never sent, you create space for what I've always planned. The next person in your life will not confuse you. They will not manipulate your love. They will not use your kindness as leverage. They will water what I've planted. They will walk with you, not behind or ahead. They will reflect my heart for you. But before that connection comes, I'm making sure the old one is completely broken. No lingering ties, no emotional contracts, no invisible chains. And for that to happen, you must surrender every last piece, even the parts you're still holding in memory, even the imaginary hope you still carry, even the silent wish that they'll one day get it. Release it, because your future doesn't depend on them waking up. It depends on you walking away. And child, you are ready. You don't have to wait for another disappointment to confirm this. You don't need another round of pain to justify moving on. You don't need one more sign. This is the sign. This is the confirmation. This is your wake-up call. You will begin to feel lighter. Your mind will grow quieter. You'll sleep deeper. You'll smile wider. And that's me. That's my presence restoring the places that grief once occupied. You'll walk into a room and feel safe again. You'll look at your reflection and see beauty, not brokenness. You'll talk to me and finally hear peace instead of questions. That's what this separation is producing. And no, they may never understand why you had to walk away, but I do, and I will bless you for choosing me over emotional captivity. You'll soon see the very thing they mocked you for will be the very area I exalt you in. They doubted your strength, but I'm about to showcase it. They called you foolish, but I'm about to crown you with wisdom. Yes, child, this pain wasn't wasted. This heartbreak won't be in vain. This release is producing glory. Watch me redeem it all. Your name is being mentioned in places of favor. Your spirit is catching up with your calling, and my hand is clearing the way. Stay close to me. I'll show you the next steps, and I'll make sure you never fall for a counterfeit again. What I send next will carry peace, will bring clarity, will feel like home, not war, and this time, you'll know the difference. You've trusted the wrong one long enough. Now it's time to trust me, and I will not fail you. You've done the hardest part already. You let go. You chose healing. You chose peace. You chose me over the pain that once felt familiar. And now, something new is unfolding. The silence is no longer empty. It's sacred. The stillness is no longer lonely. It's holy. You're not just walking away from the wrong person. You're walking into divine timing. Because the moment you stop trying to force what wasn't sent by heaven, heaven began moving. I've been waiting to give you this next chapter, but I needed to know you'd be ready to protect it, to steward it, to recognize real love when it arrives, not sabotage it from old wounds. and you are ready now. You've outgrown emotional manipulation. You've healed past your need for breadcrumbs. You've broken the habit of confusing pain with passion. And I honor that growth. I know how many nights you wrestled with doubt, how many mornings you woke up wondering if you made the right decision, how many moments you almost reached back and didn't. That was strength. That was spiritual maturity. That was faith in motion. And because you trusted me through it, I'm about to reward you openly. A divine reward. Not just emotional peace, but physical shifts. Opportunities, provision, relationships that feel like rest. Yes, rest. Because love was never meant to be a battlefield. You were never meant to feel unsafe in someone's arms. Never meant to beg for clarity from someone who says they care. That season is over. You're no longer available for chaos. You're no longer accepting half love. You're no longer delaying your life for someone still unsure of theirs. I'm opening a new path, and this time it won't drain you, it will build you. It will bless you. It will breathe life into the places they left empty. And I want you to stay close to my voice as this shift begins. If this message has reached your spirit, if you want to keep hearing my words spoken directly to you like this, then stay connected. Let me keep guiding you. Let me keep speaking over your life. Softly now, I say this to your heart. If you feel me here, then subscribe. Let me continue to lead you. This is not just content, it's a connection between us. I want you to be reminded every day that you are not forgotten, that you are deeply seen, that I will keep showing up for you like this, again and again. Now, listen closely. I'm going to start confirming your healing in tangible ways. Your energy is about to rise. Your clarity will return. You'll begin waking up with expectation, not heaviness. And very soon, someone will mention your name in a room of blessing. A person you didn't expect will suddenly reach out with favor. A time on the clock, possibly 4:44, will show up again and again. That's how you'll know. This is divine alignment. This is restoration. This is me. And when it comes, do not second guess it. You've waited, you've wept, you've worked through every layer of the pain they caused. Now, you're being rewarded, but not with more trials, with more truth. You're not going to have to explain yourself anymore. You won't need to shrink your spirit. You won't need to pretend that you're okay, just to keep someone near. I'm sending people who won't need convincing. They'll recognize you right away. They'll meet your consistency with their own. They'll show up and stay. This is what you deserve. This is what I planned. And though that person, yes, the one whose name begins with M, once filled your thoughts and prayers, they will no longer carry power in your atmosphere. I've removed their influence. I've cut the tie. And now, I'm replacing the pain with joy, with stability, with me. So don't fear the days ahead. They hold no sorrow, only blessing. And if your spirit receives this truth, then speak it as a decree now. Blessing 9191. Let this be the number that seals your new season, a number of joy, of alignment, of divine restoration. What was once heavy will become holy. What was once chaotic will become calm. What was once confusing will become clear, because I'm the one rebuilding your world now, and I only build with beauty. Stay with me, child. One final word remains, and it's the one you've waited your whole life to hear. This is it, my beloved. The moment where the cycle ends, the moment where the silence turns into peace, the moment where I take everything the enemy used against you and turn it into a platform of glory. You didn't imagine the pain, You didn't exaggerate what they did. You didn't make it harder than it was. You were simply the one who felt it the deepest, because your heart was pure, your intentions were real, and your love was honest. And now, I'm honoring that, not with revenge, but with restoration. I know who they are. I know the name. I know how many times you looked the other way, swallowed your pride, and covered their actions in silence. But I will not be silent. I saw the lies. I saw the manipulation. I saw how they used your loyalty as a trap, and still, I kept you. Still, I shielded your soul from full destruction. Still, I whispered to you in the quiet, you were made for more than this. And now, you finally believe me. You finally believe that peace doesn't come from proximity to the wrong person. It comes from alignment with me. You finally believe that love should not feel like punishment, that connection should not cost you your clarity, that the right people will never ask you to abandon yourself to stay close. Child, I am proud of you. You let me speak. You let me guide. You let me sever what had disguised itself as a blessing, but was actually a block. Now I am lifting you. You've gone through the fire, and you didn't burn. You've walked through the valley, and you didn't lose your light. And because of that, I'm raising you now, higher than where you fell, further than where they left you, stronger than where they tried to keep you. I'm not just giving you healing, I'm giving you honor. You will be respected in the same places you were dismissed. You will be seen in the same spaces where you were invisible. You will be chosen without having to beg. Your name will rise, not in scandal, but in sanctification. Your path will clear, not through striving, but through surrender. Your joy will overflow, not from them returning, but from me restoring. This is your reward. This is the season I promised, the season where closed doors suddenly open, where what was delayed now arrives, where what was stolen comes back multiplied. Yes, you will receive double, double for the tears, double for the confusion, double for the loyalty that was mishandled, and you won't have to chase it. It's already chasing you. Goodness is following you. Mercy is wrapping around you. Favor is finding you. You'll know it's me, because it will happen with no effort, no striving, no explanation. A call, an opportunity, a divine reversal. This is how heaven confirms what your spirit already knows. You are free, and nothing, not even their memory, can hold you back now. The time of silence is over. The gate that was closed is opening. The delay is done. And if your heart believes this is your moment, then type this now in bold living faith. Victory 7007. Let this be your final agreement with heaven. Let it echo through the realm of angels that you believe, that you receive, that you will not return to Egypt after crossing the Red Sea. You're walking into Canaan. You're stepping into fullness. You're rising with nothing missing and nothing broken. And even the people who once doubted your strength will soon ask, how did they come through that? And you will say, it wasn't me, it was Jesus. And I will smile, because I always had this moment planned. From the beginning, through the pain, through the breaking, I was preparing this beauty. So take a breath, child. Let go completely. Lift your eyes, because what's next is joy. What's next is rest. What's next is everything they said you'd never have, handed to you by my grace. You trusted the wrong person long enough. Now, trust me and watch what I do next.